What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and after watching Volk get his belt back against Diego Lopez in an incredible fight, I think that Movsar Evloev should be the next guy to fight Alexander Volkanovski. I've seen Yair Rodriguez say that I think it was Hunter Campbell or Sean Shelby, like one of them. He said that they promised him that if he won this fight, they were gonna give him a title shot in Guadalajara, and I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see another undeserved title shot. We saw plenty of those last year, and like we have a clear number one contender, and Volk is gonna fight anyone. He's not gonna duck Movsar. He's willing to fight Movsar, but the UFC is like, oh, we're promising him a title fight, and they're trying to set up Movsar with someone that's not even in the organization. And to be honest, this is kind of like the Bilal Muhammad and Magomed Ankalaev situation where they were the number one contenders for a while, but they didn't get a title shot. Like in 2023, after Leon Edwards had beat Kamaru Usman, the next guy in line was clearly Bilal Muhammad. But for some reason, Colby Covington got the title shot, and that was a huge waste of time. Not only because Leon Edwards waited until the end of the year, but because that fight was terrible. And Bilal Muhammad, he went out there and he still, got his title shot, and he got what was his. But he had to go through Gilbert Burns, who's a dangerous guy who could have easily knocked him out. And then you have Magomed Ankalaev, who should have got a title shot after he beat Johnny Walker the second time, but he didn't. He had to fight Alexander Rakic, while Khalil Rountree, who had beat Anthony Smith in a less dominant fashion than Magomed Ankalaev, got a title shot over him, and that made no sense. But at the end of the day, Magomed still went out there and he still beat the champion. And also, Movsar has the longest active win streak in the featherweight division. He's currently got 9 wins in the UFC. Then you got Lerone Murphy, who's got 8 wins in the UFC. You got Yair, who has currently a 1-fight win streak. John Silva has a 5-fight win streak. Yusuf Zalal has a 4-fight win streak, and those guys are nowhere near like Movsar. So Movsar has nearly a 10-fight win streak, and he's not even considered to be in this title fight as a backup, and he might not even get the next title shot, which is completely crazy. And I get it, he doesn't have finishes in the UFC, but his last 3 fights, they weren't really boring. I mean, you look at the Aljamain Sterling fight, and that was a pretty entertaining fight in terms of the grappling exchanges and the back and forth scrambles that was going on. That was a fairly exciting fight. The Arnold Allen fight was really competitive. It wasn't boring. It was still very interesting. And then the Diego Lopez, obviously, that was a good fight. So yes, he's not getting finishes, but it's not like he's just some really boring, fighter. And also, Movsar has 4 ranked wins currently in the top 15 of the featherweight division. The only fighter who has that same amount of wins in the featherweight division is currently Alexander Volkanovski, and I'm not counting Max Holloway because he's said that he's leaving the featherweight division. I'm not counting Ilya because he's also said that he's leaving. So outside of those guys, then you got Yair, who's got 2 ranked wins. Diego Lopez has 2 ranked wins, and Lerone Murphy also has 2 ranked wins. So I think Movsar Evloev, he's got to start making some type of noise. He's got to start calling Alexander Volkanovski out. He's got to get on some interviews and really start, trying to campaign for this fight. You don't have to be disrespectful, but just get people to talk about you and talk about some of these stats, because I don't want to see Yair fight Volk when he literally got finished by Brian Ortega 2 fights ago. He got finished by Volk not even that long ago. It was last year. I mean, in 2023. And, that wasn't a competitive fight. I don't want to see that again. I would much rather see Volk fight another contender, fight someone who's undefeated, someone who's actually deserving, and someone who would beat Yair Rodriguez in a fight, and someone who just beat Diego Lopez. I mean, he should have probably got the title shot over Diego, but I get it. Diego Lopez is an exciting fighter. He brings the entertainment, so you got to sell pay-per-views at the end of the day. But, I mean, Volk is a big star. He's loved everywhere, so it doesn't really matter. And why would Volk fight Yair Rodriguez in Mexico when, Volk destroyed him and finished him faster than he finished the Korean Zombie? It makes no sense. I get it, they want to have a Mexican champion, but you can have Pantoja versus Moreno as the headline of that card, and Moreno is a much bigger star than Yair. So, give it to Moreno, not Yair Rodriguez, who's on a 1-fight win streak. And also, Volk should get to defend his title in his home in Australia. And I think the UFC is going to go back to Australia either in August or September. But it's looking like it's going to be August like it was last year with Duplessis and Adesanya. So why not bring Volk back in August against Movsar Evloev? And that's a good fight. You know, I still favor Volk to win, but it's a new stylistic matchup. It's a new threat. And yeah, I think that Volk would win that fight, but I just don't want to see Yair in another title fight. Let's make Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez. That's a 5-round co-main event of that Mexico card. I mean, they already, you know, got beef and everything. They were getting into it at the press conference. So have that be its own fight. And then if Yair wins that, then maybe you can consider the title fight. But right now, definitely not.